Nostalgia Movies and TV. I'm your host, Movie and TV Mistress. Happy Halloween, everyone! It's been a while. And as promised, since I did reach and exceed my 100 subscribers that I requested, I guess I'm reviewing Elvira's Haunted Hills. So let's start with the trailer.
You won't be able to move. You won't be able to scream. You won't be able to take your eyes off of Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Allow me to present Elvira.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Elvira!
Entertainer extraordinaire.
See Elvira stretch herself as an actress in her most challenging role.
I just love butterflies ever so much.
Richard O'Brien in his most horrifying performance since the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, why? Why? Why?
Snap out of it. God, what are you going for, an Oscar?
A film that is so steamy,
Oh, Lord have mercy.
so shocking,
That's another unfortunate Elizabeth's family trait, catalepsy.
Fear of cats?
you'll scream. Yes, Johann! You'll gasp. You'll die laughing.
Damn, hate when that happens.
From the masterfully macabre mind of Elvira.
Right, like there's something going on in my mind.
Elvira's Haunted Hills.
The village people say this castle is evil.
Ah, who listens to the village people anymore?
So, as you can see from the trailer, this isn't a sequel to Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. This is Elvira's love letter to all the gothic horrors that she would probably host, or has hosted, from the Italian gothic horrors of the 70s to the British gothic horrors.
I've returned!
Oh no. Help!
I'm here.
Oh no! I guess we're all entitled to one good scare?
Am I?
You're right there, Barnabas.
Hello.
I thought you were just like lazing around, being lonely.
No! I want to be on screen.
Okay. Since you're not lazing around.
Hello. Hello. It's been a while. No more flesh on my bones, but I've still got a boner.
Any new jokes this year?
I do. Did you hear about the man with no penis?
No. What about the man with no penis?
He had no boner to go home to.
You really are
I'm
a
sick.
bumhead. Anyway, I'm talking about Elvira
Oh, I
And
like
her-
Elvira.
and her Haunted Hills.
Mmm.
So do you mind if I...
Boner.
Yes.
Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Yes.
Mmm.
Yeah, so why don't you let me just finish what I was saying before
Okay.
you startled me once again. And could you please make sure your friends don't jump in and scare me either?
I'll be quiet then. Goodbye!
You can sit here and you can wait until I've finished talking about the movie. Anywho, so, what was I saying? Right, I was saying that it is a love letter to all the gothic horrors of the 70s. She pretty much showed on her show, Mistress of the Dark. There's references to Roger Corman, Poe movies as well. The Pit and the Pendulum, The Raven, The Terror. There's everything. Basically, if you can think of it as a love letter to gothic horror, then that's what it is. It's set in a period, and she just wants to get to France. So, like in Mistress of the Dark, she had a journey that she had to get to Vegas for her show. She needed to get to Paris, to the Moulin Rouge, basically. And so she has a lady servant. She has a servant.
You getting tired, Zuzu?
Whew, no, Mistress.
Well, I am. Pull over. Zuzu, I thought I told you to pay that in-creep.
With what, Mistress? My good looks?
Well, you got a point there, girlfriend. But, I mean, couldn't you have done something to pay for our room? You know, wash dishes, dug ditches.
Oui, Mistress, you are right.
I mean, Zuzu, you should be grateful to do any labor, no matter how menial. Because I get it. I am a professional entertainer. And I have to save every ounce of my strength for my audience. Any more of that blood sausage left?
Kind of reminds me of a character from Robin Hood, Prince of Men in Tights. Men in Tights, not Prince of Thieves, Men in Tights. But they are both brilliant. They meet along the way after running out on the bill at the place that they're staying at. A very horny gentleman.
My name is Dr. Bradley. Dr. Bradley Bradley.
Oh, your mother must have thought you looked so nice she named you twice. Elvira's the name. Showbiz the game. Oh. I'm just in the process of fulfilling my lifelong dream of opening in a world-renowned Parisian revue.
I know,
You do?
but of course, your reputation precedes you.
Oh, damn, I hate when that happens. I don't owe you any money, do I?
Good Lord, no. I found your playbill in the village.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I must say, it's quite a titillating image.
Yes, it is quite a good likeness, isn't it?
Quite.
Who helps them get to a certain castle. Don't worry, it's not vampires. This is more in the vein of, once you get to the castle, it's very in the vein of Roger Corman's Poe movies. Specifically Pit and the Pendulum, and I want to say, oh darn it, I want to say The Raven, but I think it's one of the other ones that was before the Pit and the Pendulum, but I'm forgetting the order. Anyway, we meet the master of the house after we've met the mistress, who is actually the sister of the master. Anyway, yeah, so the master is Richard O'Brien, being awesome, and I'm like, there needs to be music in this. It's supposed to be, but there's music, and it's just his reaction to everything is hilarious, and it's just brilliantly done, and it's such a well-made movie in the style of that. Obviously, it was shot in Eastern Europe, where a lot of horror films are shot nowadays. Even Bruce Campbell and Sci-Fi Channel horror films are all shot in like Bulgaria and Czechoslovakia and that area. They wanted a Fabio type guy to play the stableman.
I just saw the light on in here, and I was wondering what you were doing down there. You know, I wanted to talk to you about... careful, that thing might go off in your hand.
Oh, you startled me.
If you're looking for something to steal, there's really not much here. I already checked.
Oh, sorry. Lord Helzibus's pistol needed cleaning. Allow me to introduce myself, madam.
How does he do that? Weird.
I am Adrian, the stable master. I often come here secretly. Books are my greatest pleasure, and as you can see, the master has a magnificent collection.
Of what?
Books!
And they got somebody, he couldn't speak English, they dubbed him over, which is hilarious, because when you watch old gothic horrors from like Italy or Spain or France or wherever, of course they're dubbed whenever they're in English, so the dubbing never quite matches the mouth, and it's quite funny. It's just, in my opinion, this is one of the funniest things and it's probably the closest we've come to another spoof of that genre since Mel Brooks, basically. Any of those spoof movies that came out in the 90s, Scary Movie onwards, no. Just no. I'm sorry, but no. You do not watch those, because they are not spoofs. They are just infuriating and not funny. Best spoofs are Mel Brooks movies, generally. Gene Wilder, you know, Young Frankenstein. Perfect gothic horror spoof. Take an idea or a story that's already there and spoof it. Simple. And that's what she does. She's a bit out of time because she's Elvira and she's awesome. And then you have this withering girl who's basically about to die every time she does anything. She's basically coughing up blood. She's very funny. Of course, Elvira is playing, Cassandra Peterson is playing a dual role. She is playing Elvira, but she's also playing the Master's dead wife, who also might be a witch. And there's possession, and then there's the pit and the pendulum ending, and just... What I got from this movie is, this is her way of saying, these are the movies I love. These are the movies that you don't see anymore. Nobody makes them. The closest we've come to a gothic horror was Crimson Tide. Not Crimson Tide. Crimson Peak. Crimson Peak. And that was disappointing. I mean, it was okay. It just wasn't as disturbing or creepy as I was expecting. I was hoping for a bit more from Crimson Peak. But it's not bad. We just need to see if there's anybody else who wants to try and do a gothic horror. Because I think at the minute horror has become a bit, well, we've gone through the torture porn phase. We're now into the franchise phase and the Blumhouse phase. I mean, Blumhouse is nowhere near as good as Hammer House of Horrors, so Blumhouse just... I want to say the cookie cutter? They're very... Some of them are very good. I'm not saying that all of the Blumhouse movies are not good. I'm just saying some of them are a bit meh. And I feel like we need to have some indie directors like we did at the beginning of the 80s. Late 70s, beginning of the 80s. When indie directors would make these horror films like John Carpenter, Sam Raimi, Tobe Hooper. You know? We need somebody who's going to do something daring. And yes, Terrifier is very daring. But it's mostly gore. And just a bit weird. I haven't seen Terrifier 2 or 3. but I don't know. We just need something to because the Halloween trilogy that came out in the past 2 years. First one was great. Second one, I was a bit like, could we stop saying evil dies tonight? Because I'm bored of it now. And I wasn't sure about the third one. Maybe I need to rewatch it in a better mood. But I was disappointed. So sometimes it's nice to stick on an old gothic horror of the Roger Corman type of Poe movies, like The Premature Burial, Cat's Eyes. I think it's Cat's Eyes or Cat People. Anyway, or even some of the great gothic horrors that I've reviewed previously. I think it's a tragedy that we are not doing gothic horror anymore. I know it's seen as old hat, but the thing is, there's something more creepy about the fact that, one, it's in a time where we don't have cell phones. It's in a time where we don't have electricity, so we don't have lights that go on instantaneously. You know, the nearest house could be miles away, especially from a castle. And you'll always have that person that goes, don't go there. I'm just saying, there's something kind of creepy that's missing from horrors. And I feel like maybe it's time to kind of go back to something different. Try and take that idea of gothic horror, maybe bring it up to date, but not modernize it. Just, yeah, I have ideas, but it's not for me to do this. It's not for me to make these movies. It's for me to review this movie. So, I'm appreciating you being quiet behind us. So, I would say, if you like Elvira, and you like her hills, you'll enjoy her haunted hills. And you'll enjoy the humour if you just sort of enjoy her humour. If you like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, it's still the same sort of humour, but it's in a different time frame. And like I said, it's not a sequel. It's its own movie. And it is a love letter to the gothic horrors of the 70s. And maybe a bit of Hammer House, Young Frankenstein, genius. From somebody who really understands the genre and what worked and how to make it funny. Because even watching some of the old gothic horrors of the 70s, 60s and 70s, let's say, sometimes you can be sitting there and be like, this is hilarious. Because especially some of the Spanish ones with, I've forgotten the name of the actor. But anyway, there's a famous Spanish actor. His wife was called Elvira in real life. So there's that connection. He played Wolfman, vampires, and this great one, The Lost Loves of, I think it's The Lost Loves or something, or The Loves of Dracula. Anyway, I've forgotten his name. I'll put it up on the screen here when I remember it or when I find it. And yeah, if you like those sort of films and the Hammer House of horror films where ample bosom is on display, but some of the men are just not interested, and then some men are just super interested, and I don't know. Can't get the staff these days. Don't you fall over too, Barnabas. Jeez. I've been tricked, I've been treated, and I've given you a trick and a treat by finally releasing my review of Elvira's Haunted Hills. Please, if you get a chance to see this film, I recommend it. It's on most streaming services for free, so you can find it. It's not that difficult. And for Halloween, just check it out. So, thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing. All 160 odd of you. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate all the comments that I've had for the past few years. Has it been years? Maybe a year? I don't know. I lost count. But it's been a tough time, and I appreciate all your comments. And every time somebody posts a comment on a video, I'm right there reading it and responding. And I will always respond to any comment. So thank you. And keep sharing and subscribing. Remember to hit this subscribe button. Comment down below. There's a bell over here. Sorry, the subscribe button's probably over there and the bell's over here. And remember, there's a lot of dodgy movies out there. And Halloween is a good time to see them. Bye for now. Bye.